Hi everyone, welcome back to the second part of Christine's Care with me, BGLP Thing. Let's get on it, shall we? Where were we? We were at Donna's bloody, her husband's having an affair or something. She looks at me and nods, then drives us to a coffee shop a few blocks away from her husband's workplace before parking. Inside we order drinks and sit by the windows in silence until Donna finally unwraps a sandwich she ordered. You sure you don't want one? Best sandwiches in the neighbourhood. I'm still full, but thanks. Donna takes a bite for a moment. It seems she's forgotten all her troubles. So what did you pick up? She gestures toward my bag from the mall resting at my side. Oh, it's just an impulse buy. It's a mini skirt. I thought it looked cute. Can I see it? Yeah, sure thing. I pull the item out of the bag and hand it to her. It's a light, airy piece with a lovely floral design, perfect for summer. Oh, this is cute. I'm surprised you're not wearing it on a sunny day like this. Oh no, I'll wear it once I'm in better shape. Nonsense. I think you're more than ready to wear this. In fact, why don't you go put them on? I laugh at her suggestion, but soon realise she's completely sincere. I mean it. You're more beautiful than you give yourself credit for. She hands the miniskirt back to me, and for a moment our eyes lock. In that second, a spark of confidence flares within me. Wear the miniskirt! Even before I even realise it, I'm in the bathroom changing excitement and nerves mixing as I ready myself for her reaction. I step out, meeting her gaze again. Donna's smile widens, warm and approving, and I feel my cheeks heat up as I catch my reflection in her eyes. Told ya. I sit beside her once again, trying to hide my rose-coloured cheeks. Will you stop blushing? It's a compliment, nothing more. With legs like that, you'll see me catching the attention of every bachelor in the city. No, I don't think... Christine, you look immaculate.
I like you.
Why can't I stop blushing? She's not hitting me, Christine. She's just being polite. She might even be thinking back to how she used to look. Which is insane. If anyone doesn't have to worry about not aging well, it's her. Thank you. We spend the next few hours talking over the details of the past few weeks. Items related to both our work and our personal lives, although of course I avoid mentioning my burgeoning feelings towards Hannah and, as of now, towards her. Eventually our time enjoying each other's company comes to close as the end of her husband's shift approaches. She takes us back to where she was parked earlier, located in another spot still within sight of the high-rise entryway. Here we adopt the roles of cops and late-night surveillance. And to no surprise, her husband and his colleagues do not leave the premises until about 2 hours after their shift is supposed to end. Watching them like a hawk, Donna and I soon leave the car and follow them on foot. The trek is short as the fellas soon enter a nearby sports bar. We spend another hour hidden across the street, trying our best to get a peek at what is going on inside. Donna thinks about going inside a couple of times, but thankfully I convince her that is not such a great idea. As for her husband, he and his friends order drinks and some traditional bond food, mostly fries from what I can see. Other than that, they simply chat and watch the highlights of the latest baseball game. Nothing exciting happens. There's no evidence about Donna's theory. At long last, she gestures for me to follow as she begins the journey back to her vehicle. The walk proceeds in a silence that is only broken after we reclaim our seats. I don't understand. Why doesn't he want me anymore? I don't know what to say. But what if he's not having an affair? Donna shakes her head upon hearing my thoughts. No, there's something he's not telling me. I don't know what it is, but it's something not right. I'm sorry, it's getting late. I'll take you home. You don't have to, I can take the train back. I don't mind, to be honest. I just don't want to be alone right now. The drive is quiet. Neither of us know what to say to one another. What usually takes an hour by train is cut in half on the return trip. But the silence makes it feel so much longer somehow. It's a ride that is destined to be void of any laughter and smiles. Soon we were outside my building, and for a moment I almost asked Donna to take me anywhere else but here, but I don't. Instead, I step out of the car and I'm about to shut the door when... Christine, yes? Thank you for everything today. Thank you for helping me. Of course, any time, and should Should the worst come to pass, don't be afraid to call me, or, if it helps, to drop by and talk. I'll keep that in mind, thank you. Have a good night. You as well. After shutting the door, I watched Donna pull away. Soon after, she disappeared around the next bend. Should the worst come, do you even hear yourself? Even if he isn't seeing anyone else, her stalking him is due cause for a couples therapy. It's best you just stay out of it, no matter how you feel about her. Or have you already forgotten about Hannah and Marlon? No, I don't want to think about this anymore. Right now, I just want to go to bed. And so I finally complete the journey, going up to my floor and at last returning to the place that is meant to be my abode. Within the span of a couple of weeks, my life feels like it has turned completely on its head. Everything I thought I knew about myself is being challenged, and I don't have the slightest clue as to how I'm going to deal with any of it. However, I am at least thankful that I am too exhausted to ponder over such thoughts tonight. I gladly welcome the sheets of my own bed. My anticipation for the coming weekend is barely held in check as the days creep by. I spend time in between clients and sessions idly thinking about the women in my life and what each of them means to me. Hannah, the one who began it all, she's still in my thoughts, a sharp human and free spirit bound to the likes of a wheelchair. And Donna, the one who lit a spark of confidence within me, she's struggling to maintain the normality of her life, much like me. Then of course there's Marlon, a prize both in and out of the ring, a fighter through and through. She never fails to entice me whenever she calls late at night for a little fun. Liz is there too, she's cute, but I don't know. She's hard to read and so shy, not like Marlon. She's living in Marlon's shadows. Without Marlon, it's like Liz doesn't even exist. I'm enraptured by Marlon more than I ever thought was possible. It's like a bird that high knows no limits and leaves my senses tingling along after the call finally ends. And because of this, both Hannah and Liz become nothing more than spectres in the distance, faint memories drifting in the fog of ecstasy. Thus do my thoughts mingle as I gaze upon my reflection in the bathroom mirror. After wiping my hands dry, I return to my evening of pasta and television. Settling back into my regular spot on the couch, I resume my quest to successfully find some means of appropriate distraction. Channel after channel I scroll through, passing my wonder seriously. Annoyed by the dramatic turn of events, I check who is calling at such an hour. It's Donna. Shit, I have to answer this. I turn off the television first, attempting to gather my composure, then I answer the phone. Hello? Christine, I'm sorry for calling so late. Is this a good time? Yeah, I'm free. Is there something with work I should know? No, this is more of a personal call. Are you okay? I'm alright. You remember the other night, the one we spent in the car? I do. I was wondering, well, kind of hoping you'd be willing to keep me company again. What, again? I thought that was a one-time thing. Accepting voice. She seems desperate, and she's always been kind to me. I should do it. Of course I can. Thank you so much. I'll be by to pick you up. With that, the conversation comes to a close, and yet I know my night is far from over. Nearly 2 hours later, I find myself seated in Donna's car once again. I glance at her. She's still in her work clothes, her face a little tired. She catches my gaze, and it's as if she can sense my thoughts before she speaks. I was in the office until late. Didn't have time to change. Don't worry about it. Say something nice, Chris. She looks so down. Well, you look amazing in anything you wear, honestly. Oh, you're so sweet. She gives me a brief smile, but it's not the kind that reaches her eyes. For a moment, I feel like my words just bounced off her, like it didn't matter at all. I don't know why, but it makes me feel bad. With a routine now in place, Donna's gotten a bit better at surveillance. She maintains herself distance from those we're following. This time, Donna has parked the car in an ideal spot where we can watch her husband and his co-workers as they leave work and head towards the same sports bar we waited outside of last time. Her husband and his friends sit down, they eat fries and drink their beer, but they're doing absolutely nothing else. Whatever sports event they're watching is lost on me, not that I really care to know. Though perhaps small talk about the game will help pass the time as we sit dormant in the car waiting in an awkward silence. Donna does her best to refrain from chewing her fingernails as she keeps glancing up at the rearview mirror. Not knowing what else to say, I go with the first topic that comes to mind, work. Any new clients coming in this week? Oh no, nobody new. How are things going with Marla? It's going quite well. She's definitely entertaining. What do you mean? Oh, You've met her. She's a bit of, well, I guess spunk is the word I'm looking for. After I give him my impression of the client, Donna immediately begins tapping her nails along the rim of the steering wheel. Did I say something to upset her? You should be careful around her, Christine. I've known her parents for some time, and let's just say her interest in fighting began long before she entered the ring. Don't get too involved is what I'm saying. She's not that bad, besides that's just my opinion on her. I'm just trying to look out for you, Christine, and I suppose Marlon will be back on her feet before long anyway, at least if she has any say in the matter. Yeah, I suppose. Silence resumes once again as I glance over my shoulder, hoping to find something newsworthy enough to provide as proper distraction, but alas, it's nothing. I wish I could say the same for Hannah. The mention of her name pulls me back into the fold of our discussion. Well, I mean, yes, she does have a tough road ahead of her, but that doesn't mean she can't one day be back on her feet. Let's be honest, Christine. She'll never be as she once was, and even if she manages to stand fully upright, she'll never be rid of the wheelchair or the cane, not entirely. Listening to my boss determine the rest of Hannah's life without so much as a second thought ignites the fire in me, rekindling coals of anger I thought distinguished. How dare you? You have no idea what you're talking about. Hannah will prove you wrong, and I remember this moment when she does. Christine, you alright? Voice snaps me free from my internal blaze, and I gaze towards my late-night companion. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just dealing with a headache is all. Well then, you're in luck. Join me in the back. What? Why? I've taken some massage courses that might help alleviate your headache. You've heard of reflexology, right? I shake my head, no. Really? Well, supposedly, if you work on certain stress points in one's feet, it can help relieve tension throughout the rest of the body. You want to massage my feet? Yes. Then why do I need to get into the back seat? More room. That way we can both be comfortable. Come on, it's not like they're leaving anytime soon. Donna steps out of her car and manages to wave her way to the back seat, leaving me with little time to decide on her proposition. Just go along with it, Christine. What can it hurt to try? And besides, I'm beginning to think I'm getting a little headache after all. Following her lead, I move to the back seat where Donna waits my arrival. Now take off your sandals and lay back. I do as she requests, letting my tired feet rest on her lap. The touch of her cool, tender fingers caressing my aching soles as I must admit amazing. Before long, I've forgotten about her remarks regarding both Hannah and Marlowe, as well as the stakeout we're currently in the midst of. Instead, I drift away on a gentle, soothing rhythm. Her fingers find every knot and nerve in need and relief, breaking them down in near euphoric manner. How does it feel? Good,
I
really
like you.
good. Ooh. Perhaps it is the way I answer that makes her smile, or perhaps it is my expression that makes her realise the full effect her touch has on me. Either way, she lets her hands do the talking as her eyes follow the length of my exposed legs. I chose to wear the miniskirt from our last evening together, and surprisingly, even myself, she had no restraint in allowing Donna to glimpse of what lies beneath such a small piece of fabric. Gone is the creeping headache, replaced instead by a tingling sensation that dances throughout me. I'm no longer simply in the back seat of my boss's car. I am in that place between places, floating along without a care in the world. This feels surreal. We've only known each other for a few months, but there's always been this chemistry between us. More than my boss, she feels like my older sister. Wait, maybe the sister analogy is not the best one since I admit it. Right now, I have mixed feelings about her. I'm seeing her more than a sister. How long we sit here like this, I can't say. Maybe it's only a few minutes, or perhaps it stretches into an hour. Eventually, though, I feel Donna's hands start to massage my calves, slowly making their way upwards. I have no desire to stop her advances whatsoever, but perhaps the best it ends pure reassuring all the same. Your legs are, oh shit, what? He's gone, they're all gone. Bolting upright, I quickly scan the interior of the bar and soon find is her husband along with his usual companions and nowhere to be seen. How long were we? I don't know, I lost track of time. He's over at home right now. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't your fault. Let's get you home. The drive to my flat proceeds much in the same fashion as it began, with a finger on the after it's warding off the pervasive silence. I should say something. She might be willing to listen to me, not only about her marriage, but also about what happened between us earlier. Jesus, what am I doing? Before you know, he was nothing more than a faithful husband. At this rate, you would be the one who might split them apart. You should have stayed out of it. Well, too late for that. The moment she parks the car, the silence is nearly unbearable. Donna, I sit there looking at one who is in a delicate place and instantly losing the drive to reach that sensitive topic. I hope you find some answers soon. Donna nods her head and moves over with her arms held out for my embrace. I obliged her offer and hold her for what feels like a long time. Eventually she pats me on my back before finally letting go. Go rest, dear. I'll see you tomorrow at work. I depart from the vehicle and head in the direction of my home as I watch her leave once again. Back in my abode, the first thing I do is hop in the shower, looking for some way to wash the night away. But of course my thoughts return to Donna over our time alone in the back seat of her car. My heart slides down to my stomach, and shortly after I pick up where my night had left up hours ago, and this time there's no phone call stopping me from reaching a state of ecstasy. The Fight, Chapter 3. It is Saturday, the day of the fight. I try and gather my thoughts as I finish the final touches to my outfit. The clothes I have chosen for the date all are a fitted black top, high-waisted jeans, a cape, and thigh-high boots. This particular look is a favourite of mine. I've worn it on many occasions, like my first date with Eric. Screw you, you won't stop me from living my life. Determined to prove that the past has no sway in my future, I decide I'm going to give this outfit my advert a chance to shine in the limelight. I want to impress Marlon, and that desire is all I need to push forward. Now, spending the past hour with a can of hairspray, my hair looks perfect. Now it's time to meet my date. We arranged for me to pick her up as it's best that I do the driving. Within an hour, arrive at my destination and approach the front door of her apartment complex. After locating her sign bedside, I press the button and wait for comfort out of that familiar voice to answer. Hello? Hi, it's me. Right on time. You sure know how to turn me on, huh? I'll be down in a minute. As I anxiously wait for her arrival, I'm given enough time to have last-minute doubts about my outfit. I check my hair and the reflection of the front door and soon spot Marlon stepping out of the elevator. Liz isn't coming too, is she? I didn't consider that possibility. But with the way she follows Marlon everywhere, because of the glare on the glass, I can't fully discern Marlon until she opens the door and joins me outside. And my God, does she look amazing. She's dressed in a black fitted dress of excellent cut, where the fabric parts on both sides. It allows everyone to witness her phenomenal legs, including me. Her whole look accentuates that confident smile of hers, and her hair parted perfectly, and her earrings and makeup seemingly applied with effortless grace. In short, she's stunning. I'm at a loss for words. Ha, that good, huh? See, I can be ladylike when the right occasion presents itself. You're not too bad to look at either, Doc. If I didn't know better, I'd say you're spoiling me. I'm just blown away by what I see is all. Good, now shall we? Thankfully, traffic is kind to us on the way to the match, allowing me to find a decent parking spot. Shortly after, we enter the arena hand in hand. The venue is nothing huge. It's medium-sized at best, but it's still large enough to host events like this. From what I can tell, it looks appropriately packed with spectators. About 2/3 of the seats are already claimed as we enter the main area, but luckily Marlon has secured 2 seats for us, a couple of rows back from the ring. They're practically front row tickets. Following her lead, everyone graciously steps aside when we see Marlon with her cane in hand. Soon enough we are seated, calmly waiting for the show to begin. My excitement must be clear to anyone who sees me as I gaze over the spectacle before us. You're in for the treat, trust me. There's nothing like seeing your first live match in person. I guess I'll find out soon enough. Then, as the announcer steps into the ring and begins reading out the stats of the 2 fighters that enter one by one. Marlon's friend is Stacy, a thin woman with dirty blonde hair and a collection of tattoos on both her legs and arms. Her opponent is someone named Denise, who looks to have a little more muscle across her shoulders than most women I know. How do you think she'll do? Stacy's pretty quick on her feet, but Denise can hit you like a tank. It could be close. Hearing her comment on the inevitable violence about to take place reminds me of why I hardly ever watch such events on television. The referee gives a signal and the match officially begins. They approach one another with no fear whatsoever, and it isn't long before they're both trading blows, sparring in endless circles. Kicks and punches are exchanged. making me wince with every hit that isn't blocked or avoided. How do people do this for a living? Stacey seems to be doing well, but she's still taking some solid hits to the face. She's going to end up with a broken nose if she's not careful. I then start thinking about what this would be like if Marlon were in the ring instead of Stacey. Not as she is now, but back when she was at full health. Even then, I don't like the images my mind conjures up. I shouldn't have come to this. Well, Christine, what were you expecting? That seeing it close up and personal would make it easier? Yeah, Stacey, take her down. While I was cheering brings me back to the present moment where her friend was indeed taking Denise down onto the mat. There they grappled tirelessly with each other. The revulsion I felt more seconds ago is now replaced with a neurotic curiosity as the fighters lay heavily entwined. Stacey manages to pin her opponent beneath her, while Denise quickly wraps her legs around Stacey's waist. Locked in their struggle, the sight draws me in, causing me to lean forward as if I can somehow place myself in the midst of their embrace. I see you're finally enjoying yourself. I'm not much for sparring but I could get used to. As we watch the event, I become aware of Marlon's hand now resting upon my leg. That, for some reason, makes me think of how quickly everything has changed since Eric left me. Things are moving faster than I thought they would. I need to tell her something, or at least try to explain what's going on with me lately. I take her hand, entwining our fingers. That's a better pitch of Christine. Her grip is strong, unsurprisingly strong. Marlon, I haven't been fully honest with you. I used to be engaged not so long ago, actually, and I've never been with a woman before. Hey, you're with me now. Don't worry, I'll take good care of you. Another wink comes my way before Marlon resumes cheering her friend on. The bout continues with Stacey landing more punches before being pulled in quickly by her opponent. Long before long, the round comes to an end. We remain glued to our seats as the following rounds commence. Around 3, it's getting close. The fighters are in the midst of a grapple again, and this time Denise is dominating. That is until Stacey miraculously turns the tide and claims the upper hand. Controlling the flow of the fight, Stacey is now gaining points in her favour. With a slight intermission before the next match, Marlon rises from her seat, and sure of what's going on, I join her. Are we going somewhere? I just wanted to congratulate Stacey on her win. Help me towards the stairs, will ya? I do as she asks, and after entering the main lobby, watch her have a quick chat with the security before she is escorted inside. I intend to follow them in, but she turns around. I won't be long, just in and out, and then you and I will resume our fun. What? I thought we already had enough fun for today. And then she disappears behind the curtain, leaving me to stand awkwardly in the main lobby, with nothing to do and no one to talk to. What was supposed to be a quick venture turns to a 17-minute wait. Ugh. Tired of sitting on a nearby bench, I stand up and approach the security guard who had escorted Marlon earlier. He takes some pity on me and willingly hears me out. After a bit more convincing, he agrees to escort me to Stacey's changing room. We walk down a couple of long corridors before finally brings me to the door in question. There he gestures for me to proceed before making his way back to his post. I wait for him to be out of sight before I gently knock on the door. No one answers. Great. I knock a second time, hoping that someone will answer, but again no such luck. Growing more annoyed as I stand there, I finally give myself access to the changing room. Surprised at the size of the room, I still can't locate Marlon and Stacey. Then I heard some noises emanating from around the locker. Curious, I proceed as quietly as I can and peek around the corner. There, locked in tightly in each other's arms, the two I was looking for. Marlon and Stacey run their hands over one another with no restraint as their tongues interlock as well. I'm shocked and immediately afterward embarrassed. Instead of standing up for myself and confronting them, I simply creep away and vacate the premises. I drive home alone, furious at my own stupidity for falling for her, for allowing myself to be taken advantage of like this. As to what I'll do at work when it comes time for our next appointment, I have no idea, and perhaps it's not best to think about it at all. Stay professional, Christine. Just get through your next session with her on Monday and then figure out what the hell you're going to do. No doubt leaving will cue her in, I know. Then, as if on cue, my phone starts to ring. I look down at the screen and I'm surprised to see Marlon's number. I shouldn't have left her there. No, after what she did, she can get herself a cab. I'm done running errands for tonight. With my mind made up, I ignore the call, letting it go to voicemail, and yet I still can't help but instantly check the message she leaves me. Hey Christine, where the hell are you? The car's not here, so unless you're out front, get back to me, bye. No, I should have just confronted her. Why do I always do this? Trouble comes and I run. No, I can't deal with her right now. Sorry, Marlon, but this date is officially over. Hours pass and I'm still lying in bed, uninspired to do anything. The events of my date linger in my mind just as they have all night. My clothes hang over the backrest of a nearby chair, mocking me as I saw a reminder of last night. I'm such an idiot. I should have known she wasn't into me, that she didn't care about my feelings at all. Yet I went along thinking, hoping it wasn't so. What did she even invite me if all she wanted to do was get into Stacy's pants? Was she using me to make her jealous? But of course, none of my questions have immediate or easily acquired answers. Instead, I just lie beneath the sheets, tired and depressed. It's early morning. The soft glow of the sunrise filters through the curtains, casting warm rays of light across the room. The air is still cool, with just a hint of crispness lingering in the atmosphere. I'm not even sure I want to get up today. Then my phone lights up, signalling an incoming call. Ugh, leave me alone. I'm about to cancel the call when I see the call ID on the screen. Why does it look familiar? I know I've seen that number before. It could be possibly a client from work. Shit. I stuff it closer to my nightstand and gaze at the phone as it rings and rings. Not knowing if I should answer, I finally accept the call. Hello? Hi. Hannah, hey, how are you? I'm fine, I suppose. Surprised by a sudden return to my life, I get out of bed and begin pacing around the apartment, hoping it will help relieve my nerves. So how's everything with you and your father? It must be nice being able to spend some time with him. Yeah, too bad he's leaving again. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How soon? Tomorrow. How are you handling it? I'm calling you, so what do you think? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Look, I want you to come back. My heart skips a beat in that very moment, and for a second I think I've become a mute. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow, Monday. Great, yeah, of course. Whatever you need, I'll be there. Okay, well, Hannah, wait, yes? After what happened last time, I just want to say that I've been going through some changes of late, and I think perhaps I'm ready now. So, what do you say? I don't think that'd be a good idea, Christine. I'd rather not talk about this anymore. Right now, I just want someone, you, with me, so I'm not alone with Doris again. Okay, sure thing. Just be clear, I'm not forgiving you for the last time we spoke, but yeah, I'd like for you to be here tomorrow. Then I'll be there. I'll make arrangements with work and have someone take over my other client. How's that going? It's a long story. Okay, well anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, see you soon. The call concludes and I'm left with a yearning heart, one that remembers what it feels like to be in a company, and for that I'm grateful. I wonder how Donna's doing. She seemed a bit off at work these last few days, quieter, almost distant, the kind of quiet that worries me. I decide to call her, the thought gnawing at me until I hear her voice on the other end of the line. Oh, Chris, oh hey, everything alright? There's a pause, a long one, and I already know what's coming. You know, I really could use a company tonight. Want to join me for another little surveillance session? Ah yes, surveillance nights, that's what I've started calling them. Because spying on her husband just doesn't feel like the right word of what she's doing, or maybe I don't want to admit that that's exactly what it is. Another evening, another night spent in the comfort of Donald's car, and although I probably should have said no, I also don't want to spend the night alone in my apartment, so here I am back again in a scenario I never thought I would have to dabble in. There's very little chit-chat, so I remain seated with my feet propped up on the dashboard. I, of course, remove my shoes before doing so, not wanting to track dirt everywhere. Only in the process of getting comfortable, I reveal my legs in full to Donna due to the miniskirt I chose to wear this evening. To be honest, I don't even think about it until they stretch into the light of a nearby street lamp. If I didn't know you any better, I'd say that you were teasing me with that skirt. I turn my gaze towards Donna. What? Chris, you've got legs going on for days there. Oh, Donna, I'm not trying to seduce you or anything like that. It's okay, Chris, you're a beautiful woman, there's nothing wrong with that. Her words make me blush, and I glance at the sidewalk for a moment's respite. Hold it together, Christine. Everything alright? Oh yeah, I just have the hots from my boss, no big deal. Yes, everything's fine. Once I've recomposed myself, I return my sights to my distracted cohort. Well, thank you, I finally got around to shaving my legs today. You did a good job, they look smooth as silk. Suddenly, a thought occurs to me as I gaze into Donna's eyes. Do you want to feel them? Donna simply smiles, most likely thinking that at first I'm just joking. There's something behind that smile though, a show of innocence that's covering up something else I can't quite decipher. Don't mind if I do. A hand abandons the dials of the radio and soon comes to land atop the exposed flesh of my leg. I was right. I don't think I've even been this good with a razor before in my entire life. Christine, the only way you could have done any better is if you waxed them, and even then, this would give them a run for its money. I'm glad you like it. Chris, I love them. Both me and Donna laugh at the midst of our stakeout, with no one else around to listen on our joy and antics. Yet Donna's hand never parts from my leg. Instead, it starts journeying down the length of my shin. My God, her touch, it feels so good. I used to lift my gaze from her wondering hand to her eyes once more. Donna? Yes? Don't stop. Her eyes lock onto mine, her smirk softening just a little. Is she now realising that I'm serious? That I don't want to wait for a touch to touch over end, and I don't want this moment to ever pass? Please tell me, she goes. Okay. Slowly but surely, her fingers trace where it passed my knee and onto my thigh. The sensation makes me block out all the noise of traffic passing by on the main street at the end of the road, leaving me to hear nothing but the sound of her exhales. She exhales at the deep and primal, drawing air down into our cores, and it's exhilarating. My hand soon joins hers, and before long, Donna leans over me with these luscious lips of hers. I hold my breath as I await the touch of her lips. Then it happens, and the passion sweeps in like a wind over the mountainside, rushing against every tree and rock in the valley below. Our embrace is electric, and soon I feel my palms grip tightly upon her jacket, pulling her closer with every breath and every kiss. Shortly after, my grip loosens on her coat and makes its way over the fold of her skirt. Beneath the fabric, I can feel the stitching of her bra, and it's wonderful. Unfortunately, at this moment, the axe comes to some close as Donna reels back into the driver's seat. Before I can say anything, she begins to cry. I don't know what's wrong. Donna gently shakes her head as she looks away. I'm sorry, but I just can't do this. But I don't understand. I know he may be cheating on me, but until I know for sure, I'm sorry. It's all my fault, really. I've been so confused lately. Feeling things I never thought I could feel before, and since I went up with my boyfriend, I pause, swallowing the words. It feels so vulnerable to say it out loud. I feel lonely. The silence, heavy and fragile, we stare at each other across the space between us, as if both of us are trying to make sense of what happened. We're both lonely. That's probably what pushed us towards each other. No, it wasn't your fault. I told you to continue. You gave me your permission, Chris, but I shouldn't have done it. I crossed the line.
Are you
this
sure?
Cannot happen. Her voice falters just a little. I can hear the conflict underneath. It mirrors the one I feel inside me. Yeah. We both say it, but the words lack conviction. They hang out there, flimsy and uncertain, betraying what we're both really thinking. Donna turns her head away as if looking at me for 1 second longer might tip her over the image of some invisible edge. The stifling silence prevails and refuses to relinquish its hold over us. But after what happened last time, I'm damn sure I'm not letting my tongue get ahead of me again. This is unbearable. How do I keep getting myself caught up in things like this? As usual, the answer eludes me. Eventually, thankfully, after several minutes of suffocating stillness, Donna is the first to address the situation. Look, Chris, what happened earlier? No matter how we may feel for one another, you and I both know it can never be. But I know, but I'm your boss, and this would affect both our careers. No, Donna, no one needs to know about this. Chris, come on. You and I know it would happen sooner or later, whether we want to or not. And when that happens, it would be a mess. Even if somehow no one finds out and suspects something is amiss, let alone, everyone would think I was giving you special treatment or something. I hang my head after hearing a solid argument against the union. I know she's right about everything. I'm sorry, Chris, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have led you on like that. She rests her palm on my hand, a kind of ungentle offer that one that Christine's without presumably restraint. Can you ever forgive me? There, for the first time since our passionate debate came to a close, I chanced knocking her eyes on skin with the beautiful woman seemed to see from next to me. There's nothing to forgive, Donald, nothing at all. Upon hearing my response, I'm finally rewarded with the return of that beautiful smile. Thank you for understanding, thank you. With a gentle pat, she moves her hand from my own, a faint reminder of when it has just been settled. I'm so exhausted by now that I nearly forget the reason we're here to begin with. Are we still, I point to the bar across the street and just let me stand aside before resting her head in the palm of her hand. No, I don't know about you, but I no longer feel like sitting here any longer. I think it's time to call it a night. And see she's trying to downplay or ignore entirely the likelihood of what awaits her at the end of her relentless suspicions. The struggle is all too easy to spot as her brow furrows and creases. You okay? No, I don't think so. Maybe it's time to change our approach. I honestly don't know anymore. Let's just get you home. I can think of nothing else but our passionate embrace in the drive back to my flat. It isn't how that we leave the radio on to fill the void that's settled within the cab. And surprisingly, I lose track of time as my thoughts run on the continual cycle of late night rides in the company of forbidden delights. And in fact, I don't realise where I am until I feel the car begin to slow down. Oh, home already? Yep, I'm sweet home. My apartment complex stands before me, yet I delay in reaching for the door handle. You going to be alright? I feel like I should be asking you that. You already have. What will you do when you get home? Sleep, or at least try. Who knows, maybe he'll already be there waiting for me when I pull up. It'd be a nice surprise for change. I just wish he'd realise how much this affects me and how difficult it is to spend the night alone. To spend hours awake staring at the pillow vacant of my husband, and all the while wondering why. Is it really just harmless fun with friends? Is he involved in an affair, or is it simpler than that? Is it just that he can't stand to be around me anymore? Donna is again on the verge of tears when I reach out, trying my best to comfort her. Donna, you're going to get through this. One way or another, you'll learn the truth. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Tears flow once again, though admittedly they don't last nearly as long as the last time. Eventually we say our goodbyes and step out onto the pavement. I watch her disappear around the corner, a silhouette swallowed by the dim glow of street lights. As she goes, I find myself wondering again if she'll return home, only to find her husband waiting for her. The thought lingers, but it's not what dominates my mind. What does is that brief stolen moment of passion between us, unexpected, electric, and entirely wrong. I know it's wrong, and yet I feel this undeniable pull towards her, an attraction that gnaws at the edges of my conscience. It's not like what I have with Hannah, that tender innocence of shared youth. It's not like Mara with her fiery spirit that set my world ablaze. No, Donna is something different altogether. She's a role model, a woman who has built an empire of success and strength. And here I am, seen behind the curtains, witnessing her vulnerability, her fragility. It feels like a privilege, a glimpse into a side of her the world gets to see. And that is what makes my chest tighten, and that fragility makes me want to reach out to comfort her, to shield her from the world, to give her everything I possibly can in every way imaginable. The train of thought makes me smile, a fact that I'm not too proud of, but altogether I cannot deny having. Back to Hannah, chapter 4. Monday morning, I wake from a mostly peaceful rest. While I did stir here and there, thinking about my disastrous date, memories of Hannah would thankfully drift in to calm me, a reminder that there's still time to make things right. I'm too tired for a morning run. Instead, I choose to save my breakfast and read my book, seeking a bit of solace before facing the day, but soon my thoughts drift back to the task I know needs to be done. I stare at my phone, the device that seems to specialise in delivering sudden shifts and unexpected challenges. It waits, almost daring me to make the first move. It needs to be done, Christine. Just call her and explain yourself. As long as you don't mention any specifics about what happened outside of work, there's no reason there should be a problem. My little pep talk does little to calm my nerves as I dial her number. That's it, now just hit the call button. With a hesitant breath, I press the phone icon and watch as the call goes through. No going back now, and it's best not to delay this any longer. Hello? I'm caught off guard by how quickly she answers. I nearly dropped the phone in my wrist to respond normally. Hi Donna, it's me, Christine. Yeah, I know, are you alright? Yes, I'm perfectly fine. Good. Is there something you wanted me to talk to me about? Yeah, I heard that Hannah's father is getting ready to leave again soon. I was wondering if I could return to work, being full time with her. That's not going to be easily switched, I'm afraid, Chris. I'll have to look over the schedule before I can confirm everything, but it's likely you have to keep Marlon on until I can find someone else to pick up her appointments. Wow, surely there's someone in the office who's willing to take on another client. What about Jess? She's got her hands full for the next few weeks. I'm sorry, Chris, but you're going to have to stick with her until I can figure it out. Ooh. And besides that, you can't just change your mind and shrug off your responsibilities whenever you feel like doing so. Alright, I'll make it work. Thank you. And Chris, yeah. I just want to say that I do appreciate you taking on Marlon on such short notice and for understanding my current predicament. Now, speaking of Marlon Harlan, I was about to call and mention that she had to rebook her appointment for today. We transferred it to tomorrow afternoon. Looking for her, Miss Grayston cancelled and left an open spot to take. Are you good for Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday will be fine. Great, for today you can resume your care of Hannah. Now I've got to get going. Once I've had a chance to review the schedule, we'll continue this conversation at the office tomorrow. Okay, take care now. You as well. See you tomorrow. The call ends and I immediately shake my head, staring out of the kitchen window. Shit, it's okay, we're both adults here. When I see Marlon, I'll just tell her what I saw and let her deal with the consequences. Yeah, just keep it brief and get it over with. Soon after, I pack up my belongings and leave the apartment. Whatever happens at the office tomorrow is anyone's guess. Whatever comes of it, that's for Tuesday. Right now, there's someone special waiting for me. I drive through the familiar landscape. Brings back memories of late evenings spent in the backyard and of even later nights of chatting and laughter in the cosy warmth of Hannah's room. I wonder if her father is still around. It'd be nice to finally meet the man I've heard so much about. Pulling up in front of the manor, I collect my things and approach the entrance once again. A little nervous after being away for a while, I cautiously ring the doorbell. A few seconds pass before I hear the sound of locks clicking. The door opens and there stands the lovely Doris on the other side of the threshold. Miss Adams, welcome back. Hello, Mrs. Hayes, you're looking well. You may come in. I accept the offer, not wanting to give Mrs. Hayes any cause for agitation. How have you and your husband been? Good. Has he already left? He had a flight he had to catch. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. How long will it be until he's back? Hard to say. He said at least 3 weeks. I imagine it must be hard for you every time he takes off. Look, Miss Adams, I'd rather not talk about me and my husband anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. It's none of my business. Yes, you're most definitely right about that. Mrs. Hayes is clearly in no mood to talk, prompting me to stop trying. I wait for her to break the silence first. She's upstairs, you know what to do. With that, Mrs. Hayes briskly leaves the main hall, retreating back to her usual sanctuary. What is her problem today? I barely said anything, and she's already given me grief. Note to self, keep our interactions to a minimum, no complaints there. I look up toward the second level, feeling a growing anticipation as I ascend the stairs. I'm eager to see her face again. When I arrive at her door, my heart beats a bit faster. I knock softly, announcing my presence. It's open. I step inside, and there she is, the woman who's been at the centre of this journey, filling me with both discovery and growth. Hannah sits in a wheelchair, leafing through her record collection without glancing my way. She seems intent on whatever record she's studying, her expression distant and focused. Hey there. Hey. I close the door behind me, feeling the chill of her quiet demeanour. Despite the last time we're here, I'm willing to bear a bit of discomfort if it means finding my way back into her world. You look good. How's the physio been going? He comes by, I move, I sweat, he leaves. So it goes, I guess. Hannah, I know it must have been hard saying you lied to your father again, but he loves you and he wants you to be sure you're taken care of. The mention of her father finally draws her attention, and she turns up to look at me. From her expression, I can tell instantly I shouldn't have brought him up. You think I don't fucking know that? I'm not goddamn stupid, you know. I didn't say that, Hannah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. You didn't mean to do a lot of things, yet you hurt me all the same. I know I did, and I'm sorry. You don't have to forgive me. And if you want me to leave or stay, I will. Hannah holds my gaze for a moment before placing the records on the lap beside the player. Then she wheels herself over to the window, looking out thoughtfully. How do I even begin to explain myself? Maybe I can't. Maybe all I can do right now is just simply be here. I cross the room and sit on the edge of her bed, silently offering her as much support as she needs without pushing any further. I want you to stay. Okay, then I'll stay as long as you want. We sit in quiet companionship, staring out into the world. Maybe we were both wondering if we were doing the right thing. I choose to stay silent, letting Hannah find her own words if she wishes to find any at all. Finally, after what feels like hours, she turns towards me, a softness in her expression. I want to say that I like your company, Christine. I mean it. I feel the same, always have. And after everything, I'd like us for us to be friends if that's something you'd want. Of course, I'd really like that. Hannah smiles for the first time since I've arrived, and it's been more beautiful than I remember. Hannah, yes. There's something else I want to say. What is it? I meet her eyes, searching them, hoping to read what might be going through her mind as I prepare to speak. Oh, let's go for it. And what I see makes me question if I should say anything for that matter. But before I can stop myself, I'm already long past the point of no return. What if I was ready to become more than just friends? Hannah looks at me with a curious gaze, and so I feel compelled to continue. I've been through a lot since we last met, and I think, no, I know I'm ready for what lies ahead. I want nothing more than take that first step with you. Sitting idly in her chair with her hands resting on her lap, Hannah lowers her chin as if reflecting inward to find the answer she needs. I don't know what comes over me, but it feels like now or never, so I take the chance. I leave my seat on the bed and draw closer to Hannah's chair. My hand reaches out and takes hers in an attempt to reassure her that I'm not going to hurt her. Meanwhile, I lay my free hand gently on her cheek, and for a moment we just stare at each other like lovers beneath a starlit sky. And believing it's right, I lean forward, intending for our lips to meet in a passionate embrace, but my surprise, I'm wrong. Hannah, instead of kissing me in return, sharply turns away, leaving me in a befuddled state. I thought, before I can finish my sentence, Hannah smiles, but it is a sinister smile. You were mistaken. She looks back at me as I remain frozen in my awkward pose. Doesn't feel great, does it? I shake my head, now embarrassed, and return to my seat on the bed. It feels like I imagined it would. Oh dear. Tomorrow leave, Hannah's smile fades, replaced by a look of understanding as a moment of shared sorrow. Maybe one day I'll be ready to take that first step with you once again. I'm not going to lie, hearing the sincerity in her voice makes my heart ache a little more than it did minutes seconds ago. Thankfully, the rest of the day is as wonderful as we go for strolls and make small talk. Doris, as usual, keeps to herself, but I still can't shake the feeling that she has a personal grudge against me. Whatever it is I could have done to make her even more irritable than usual, I haven't the slightest idea. Nevertheless, it's still an evening I wish would never end, as I help Hannah back upstairs. Is there anything you want to do tonight? No, I'm absolutely drained. An hour later, we're both relaxing in our room as if the music player spins in the background. Hannah hums along with the melody, her voice slipping effortlessly into some of the lyrics. It's soft, almost absent-minded, but there's something undeniably beautiful about it. My gaze lingers on her as I take it all in. You have a beautiful... What was that? You have a beautiful voice. Oh, thanks, I guess. No, I mean it. Have you ever thought about taking lessons? Nah. I study it carefully. She cuts me off, returning casual, but her gaze drops to the floor for just a moment too long. There's something more there, something unspoken. Why not? You clearly have talent. I'm serious now. It's nothing like that. It doesn't seem like nothing. Come on, I bet you've heard people wherever you try. You can sing, maybe play something. Anne lets out a quiet sigh, her lips pressing into a thin line before she turns her head toward the window, avoiding my eyes. I used to. Used to what? Sing, play guitar too. My heart sinks a little as her words trail off. It's the way she says it, low and distant. It's like a piece of her she left behind somewhere. Really? That's amazing. Why did you stop? What do you think? She gestures vaguely towards her legs, and for a moment silence settles between us. I want to say something, to argue maybe, but I can't find the right words to reach her. It doesn't have to be over, you know. I mean, you still have that voice, that hasn't gone anywhere. I'm not in the mood, Chris, okay? The tone softens, but there's an edge to it. It isn't anger, just tiredness, like this conversation with the door she's not ready to open yet. Okay, I get it. She picks a new CD and puts it on. Again, I have no idea who the band is, but her taste in music is starting to grow on me. The fact that Hannah quickly notices began bobbing my head. About time you started listening to good music. I admit it's catchy, but I think you have a long way to go before you convince it's better than Brunette or Baba. Baba, what are you, 50? Should I mash up your peas for you, Miss Adams? Unable to contain herself, Hannah burst into laughter. She readjusted herself atop the bedsheet. What's wrong with Baba? Nothing, cold dancing queen. Ha! Shut up. I try not to laugh at my retort, but the internal struggle is no doubt more evident than I'd like as Hannah continues her heckling. Whatever you say, Queen, haha. Oh my god, my stomach hurts. You're the worst, yet you love me all the same. If only you knew. You are a character, I will admit that. You are definitely a character, and don't you forget it. Hannah had a playful wink as she paused and unimaginably triggered my direction, and upon discovering something, she burst into hysterical laughter once again. What? What's so funny this time? Hannah can barely get the words out as she points at me. You're sitting on a rocking chair. Oh my god, you're an old lady. Upon hearing its spattered words, the down officially burst, and I too joined her in maniacal laughter. Like a pair of hyenas, we both cackled loud and I burst into enmity. Perhaps it should have come as no surprise that a familiar voice rings out from a downstairs sanctuary of wine and paint. Will you two keep it down up there? I can't focus with you laughing like idiots. A bolt from my seat, covering my mouth in a feeble attempt to stifle the laughter and buffing within. Shortly after I opened Hannah's door, I responded to keep police for the night ahead. My apologies, Mrs. Hayes. Won't happen again, hey Chris? I glance over my shoulder to see what Hannah wants. Upon spotting her, she begins pumping her arms and bobbing her head, letting her hair run wild as she quietly cheers herself on. In the midst of this puzzling display, she whispers to me, "Show her your inner dancing queen, baby." Ha! Shh. I press my lip tightly finger tightly against my lips as I shake my head at her ridiculous joke. You're going to get me in so much trouble. I thought there's nothing to crown my childish grin. Good. Now, if you don't mind, I have a painting to finish. Yeah, another masterpiece in the works. Quick, call Paris. I'm sure they'll be here to the Louvre. Ha! Thankfully, Hannah claps her hand over her mouth, catching herself just in time before another outburst can escape. Though her whole frame continues to shake and waver as if it carries on behind her sealed lips. Okay, my apologies again, Mrs. Hayes. And before Hannah has another chance to make a joke at Stepmother's expense, I quickly shut the door. That wasn't funny. It was a little funny. Come on, I saw you laughing at it. It's clear evidence the joke was solid. I shake my head in amusement as I cross the room and retrieve my phone from off the rocking chair. Why do you have a rocking chair? Hannah shrugs her shoulders and puts on that playful smile of hers. Hey, what can I say? They're comfortable. And you call me an old lady. Mona's silence following my statement ends in another, a bit quiet, to fit her laughter between the two of us. Afterwards, we say goodnight to each other and I leave her room. I enter the spare bedroom that was offered to me on my first visit within the manor. The room is more than adequate in terms of space and coziness, but lacks the essence of someone special, someone who has taken time to make the space their own. And as such, I found myself, though literally next door to her, already missing the company of my client. This thought, unfortunately, brings me back to the forefront of what awaits me next week in Marlon. What are the chances our next encounter is going to be a shit show? The fact that I have to ask is probably enough of an answer. Don't get ahead of yourself, Christine. You're both adults. There's no reason this can't be dealt with in a reasonable manner. Yeah, she's going to be pissed, but what did you expect? You haven't called her back since Saturday. Just breathe and accept that this has to happen whether you like it or not. With my mind as calm as it can be, I lay beneath the covers and shut my eyes. I am nervous, there's no doubt about that, but Marlon will be stepping into the clinic very soon, and when that happens, I will stand my ground. Yes, I will stand my ground. A few days have passed since our last stakeout, and I'm beginning to wonder if I pushed things a little too far that night. At work, Donna seems to be rather distant. To be fair, she's been busy lately with a new potential client, None of us know who it is, but it sounds like it have to be the son or daughter of someone important. Nevertheless, she's constantly on the phone almost every single day I step into the office. Still, it would be nice to have a few minutes alone with her. I finish up seeing a couple of patients at the clinic and I'm just about to pack up for the day when I hear a commotion outside our locker room. Tossing on my regular clothes, I head out towards the reception area where most of the staff has already gathered. A few remaining stragglers filter in and soon Donna stands near the front doors ready to address us all. Is everyone here? Yes? Good. I have an important announcement to make. Many of you, I'm sure, are aware that I've been on and off with a potential new client. Now, we're still working out the details, but I'm happy to report that, as of now, we've secured the client and will be receiving a healthy bonus for our services, a bonus that I intend to share with all of you come Christmas. The staff begins to clap after the magical word bonus comes their way, including myself. Consider it a gift to you for all of the hard work you have put in every single day, both here and out of the office. Is there anything this woman can't do? Once you're a great surgeon and took a chance and started your own company. And now here you are with the skills and charisma that can match, if not outdo, any of the great performances you can find out in the world. Yes, I admit, I am in awe of her. Isn't she just wonderful? I know, I just love her. The words come forth in a volume I know won't be missed by my fellow colleagues. Shit, quickly, say something. I mean, who wouldn't love a boss like her? I know, right? A bonus for just listening to her talk on the phone all day. Yes, please. Okay, you're good, Chris, you're good. Now just keep your mouth shut. Also, I'd like to take this moment to say that no matter what your dreams are, no matter what you want in this life, fight for it. Always. There will be tough and rough moments on each of our roads at one point or another. But know that these challenges are there for a reason. That they're there to test your perseverance, to remind us that everything that is worth fighting for in this life requires action on our part to obtain it. You need to take action and rise to the occasion, because I can guarantee that no one else will give it to you. So keep that in mind, everyone, and may the rest of your day be just as wonderful. Thank you. Another round of clapping commences. Donna briefly waves before she leaves the limelight and proceeds to her office. Shortly after, everyone else returns to their task and disperses. As for myself, I meander back into the locker room to retrieve the remainder of my belongings. I open my locker and reach my purse, my fingers brushing the fabric absent-mindedly as my mind drifts once more. Why are you still thinking about this? She's already made it clear it can never be. And yet, I can't seem to help myself. There's something about her, something magnetic, irresistible. It's not logical, it's not practical, it's definitely not right. But there it is, pulling me at me like a tide I can't fight against. Why do I feel this way? I know it can never be anything lasting, nothing more than a fleeting moment in the grand scheme of things, and yet the idea, the sheer fantasy of spending just one night with her, a single night of passion, is intoxicating. Right, and that is all for this session of Christine's Care. Join me again soon, why don't you? And whatever you're doing today, have a good one. Bye for now.